Well, good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel. So this morning I've come back to the Hermitage. Last time I was here I got absolutely soaked and I'm being physically soaked throughout my skin. So I've got extra layers with me today. I've got a small umbrella just in case I need it for the camera later on because the forecast is to rain again. I've got an extra waterproof to put on top of this waterproof, which I now know is no longer waterproof. And what I'm hoping to do this morning is just capture images of the river. So the river Bann is really swollen at the moment because of all the rain that we've had. And if I turn round, you can see just a part of the bridge behind me. So I'm going to take photographs of the bridge first, then I'll walk up past Ossian's Hall, and then I'll swing round behind Ossian's Hall and I'll take shots of the waterfall from the top going under the bridge with Ossian's Hall on the top left hand side. So join me this morning. I can see the rain started, so I thought I was going to get an hour without it, but anyway, let's crack on and see how we get on this morning. So I've got my settings at 2 seconds timer, f11 and ISO 100. I'll put on my live view so you can see what I'm photographing on. I've zoomed in and I've focused in on the bridge. I'll take my shot. And there we go. So what I've done is I've put the bridge on the right hand side of the composition. I've got these rocks here as a leading line up towards, and then we come right back on the left hand side. I don't know if you can hear me, it's really loud because I'm at the top of the falls, but I've got the bridge straight in front of me and I've got Ossian's Hall on the top left hand side, but because of the canopy of the trees I can't get Ossian's Hall in because I could go further down, which I might do in a minute, but if I do that I won't be able to film. In fact, I won't because it's far too wet. So I've set the camera up into portrait mode and I've taken a couple of shots of the bridge. I'm now going to zoom in. I'm trying to zoom back so I can get the force of the falls. I put the bridge in the centre of my composition. I've focused in on the bridge. And the reason I'm doing that is I want the top of the falls to go really smooth past me. So I might slow that shutter speed down quite a bit. So I'm wondering if I lower the camera here, that might give me access to a shot where I could get Ossian's Hall into focus and as part of the composition. So I'll just lean a wee bit forward. Oh, there's a hole there. I'm just being really conscious because I've not, I am just at the edge of the huge waterfall here. So I'm just going to focus in again on the bridge. I'll take that shot. I've got the hall in. I've just took the roof off it a bit. So I'll try that again. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to increase my f-stop. I'm going to slow down my shutter speed because I'm going to get quite a bit of highlights. Yeah. And I'll do a panel shot where I've got 2 images, but because I've used a slower shutter speed, I've washed out the water. But anyway, I'm going to move away from here because it's quite tricky. Okay, so this is actually really tricky, so I'm kind of fighting the elements here. Everything's sodden and the leaves are really slippy, so, and because the river's so high, I can't get to locations where I've been before because the river is so high. So I'm going to try and take a couple of compositions here. This, I'm kind of obscured here, but I've got nowhere else to go. So I've got that tree right in front of me, I've got this big rock. So what I'll do is I'm going to focus in on the centre of the image, and that's the far side. I've got F11, I thought that 1.3 seconds. Yeah, I'm going to try and slow that water down. Maybe put it to see how far down I can go. Maybe half a second. I'm going to have to up my ISO. I'll probably up my ISO to 320, that's too much. 200, I'll try that shot. Yeah, that's nice. So it's just giving me highlight clippings. So I'll drop the ISO down to 160. Yeah, that's perfect. So I've got half a second, F11 ISO 160. And there's a good reason I'm not putting my polarizer on today, not because I don't want to shine off the water, but it's because it'll just get soaking wet all the time and I'll be continually trying to wipe it and it's a nightmare. So I've put the hood on the lens and I can just keep wiping the hood, so that's not an issue. So what I'm going to do now is look for a different composition. I'm going to zoom right in as far as I can go, and what I want to do is get just the canopy of that tree just above my top right hand side of my image, just so that I've got a frame. I'm zooming in up at the side of the falls. I'll take my shot. Yeah, and that's that is a really nice image. You've probably noticed I've had to put my waterproof in a bag coat on, so because the rain started already and I can feel it getting really heavy. So I'm going to zoom out now and I'm going to take a wider composition. I'll need to refocus, but I'll focus to that rock in the centre of the river, and then at F11 I should have more or less everything in focus. I don't want to focus stack this morning, only because the longer I wait in one place the wetter I'm going to get. So until I get completely soaked, I may as well just keep on going, and I'll keep following the river and see if I can get under the trees somewhere and see if I can get a better composition. Actually, where I'm standing, I've just looked back and there's a bit of Ossian's Hall in the composition, so what I might do is turn the camera around and take a shot that direction towards Ossian's Hall. Right, so that might be solid enough to give me an image. So I'm zooming right out. Well, that's really nice. So I'm just setting my composition so that there's a tree straight in front of me. I'm going to focus in on Ossian's Hall. I'll take the shot. And bear in mind I've still got half a second. Oh, that's nice, because there's a lot of mist in front of me. I don't know if it's because my glasses are steamed up, but no, there is a lot of mist, and I've managed to get streaks in the water. So what I'll do now is I'm going to do a panoramic, and I'll just do a vertical panoramic, and then hopefully that'll do it justice. Now what I'll do is, while I'm here, I'll zoom in further. So I've I just got a big splash in my face. Right, so I'm zooming in, just checking I've got the bridge and focus. I have. So I've cropped in the hall and the bridge. Oh, that's really nice. Right, so I'm going to zoom in further now, and what I'll do here is I'll just turn the camera around, because the bridge is at a slant. So my camera's level, but the bridge is at a slant. So I'll just double check my focus again. And I'm getting drips right on my neck. That's just because of the trees. Right, that's a nice shot. Okay, in fact, what I might do while I'm here is there's a really nice tree over there that's really well lit. It's beautiful in its kind of orangey, ochre, yellow colour. I'll take that shot. Right, nice. Okay, so let's move on and move further up the river. Come up a woodland path just up from the river, because I want to take shelter under this big pine tree at the moment, because the rain's relentless. I found a wee composition though down at the bottom of the trail. There's a nice tree, there's a yellow tree on the left hand side, and there's a nice orange tree on the right hand side, and I'm having a real bother trying to get my glasses to demist. So I've set my shot up, I've got half a second f11, and I've had to push my ISO up to 500, and I've taken a shot, and that actually comes up really nice. I've given it a wee bit of space, so I've zoomed out, and then what I can do is I can maybe do a square crop and a 1-to-1. So I've got a big poly bag that I'll use to protect that camera. I've got a wee bag that I'm using to protect that camera to keep it dry as much as I possibly can. And what I'll do is I'm not going to get any more river shots, because it's just far too dangerous to try and get to the side of the river now because of the leaves and the wet roots. So what I'll do is, as I'm wandering back, I'll try and see if I can pick out any trees, because as I was walking up the trail, there was a number of bright yellow trees with a dark background, and they were really standing out, and orange, so the colours are amazing. I mean, if anyone is in this area, we've probably got about 2 weeks left before all these vibrant colours slowly disappear. This is the Hermitage Centre up at Dunkeld. And if you're in the area, or if you're heading up to Pitlochry, it's well worth a visit to pull in and stop and walk round for a walk. Even in the wet, because it's absolutely beautiful in the wet. I know it's raining and we're soaking, but the vibrancy, the colours are incredible with the wet rain. So, right, and I'm going to wander down, and I'll take more pictures of the woods and the trees or the ferns, whatever I see on the way back. So I've just stopped and taken a photograph of that orange tree, if you can see it on the path. It's just too bad. I've left the cover on the wee camera, but it's just so you can see. Hopefully that photograph's turned out, and hopefully that's a nice image. I just love the colours and the orange on the tree. So I've taken quite a few shots as I've been coming back down the forest trail. I've noticed this fallen tree, but what struck me about the fallen tree is all the branches that are coming off are falling on the left hand side as an arch. So I'm just going to try, see if I can get a composition out of it. I'll turn this on. Right, so that's quite nice. So if I just turn this round. Right, so what I'm going to do is focus in to the centre of the tree. Because the other thing that struck me was there's a lot of small yellow heads on the grasses beside it. So what I'm doing is I'm actually using the end of the trunk as a leading line in. So from the bottom right hand side of my image, that trunk's starting, but as it goes forward, all the branches are veering left and they're arching over the tree. So I've taken that shot, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus in on the arches, and I'll zoom out enough that I've got the arches in frame, because those arches could be quite a nice shot. So I'm just going to focus in on the moss on the branch. I've still got half a second f11. I'm still up at ISO 500 because it is really dark, and that's a nice image. So I'm just going to put my cover over the camera. So I'm going to end the video here. So it's been another challenge in the rain. I think this is going to be a thing to come for the winter. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully we can make a video out of it. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do, you know it's free. And if you press the bell notification, that'll notify you the next time I post a video. So thank you, and here's to the next video.